you know what? Please do not BS your mind on what's happening. What's happening right now is just a big monopoly of having everyone being forced upon this global banking system. Libya wasn't part of it. Most of the Middle East wasn't part of it. Obviously, Israel's a part of it. But in order for them to dominate and create this grid of how you spend your money, literally force you within a certain area, 15-mile radius, you only can spend your money depending on your information that we select for you. Now, the next person, like the president or whoever else, they spend their money on pedophilia, whatever the hell they want, without no trace. You know what I'm saying? So, this is all about an invasion, not about freeing the people of Iran. It's not about none of that. They ain't even trying to free the people of the United States. You know what I'm saying? 9/11, World Trade Center. You have the right to freedom to assembly, right to freedom of speech, but they go ahead and tear all those rights once they know that you are correct. You know what I mean? You being honest and genuine is a threat, you know what I'm saying? Because you are selfless, in terms of you're not thinking about what's going to profit you. You're not about the whole entire war machine concept of, what serves the treason government of the Americans. I mean, because they have a choice to rejuvenate all people, but no, they want to dominate and control through oppression. And it's not because, we're going to create a stable society and this and that and peace for everyone. No, it's going to be future ingrained enslavement in everything you do. All these data centers, they got satellites now that if you don't have Wi-Fi in your house, that satellite will give you Wi-Fi so they could do what they need to do. If not, all these iPhones that connect to each other will substitute the Wi-Fi on location. So a mathematical process in terms of location and in terms of calculating, information based on how they want to oppress you, how they want to direct you. It's not about no free market. It's about your money can only work within a 5-minute radius of you driving your car, or within a 15-mile city that they're going to create. You know what I mean? That's going to have everything you need in it, and you got to stay inside it, because elsewhere they're going to pretty much destroy the whole rest of this world for their new future of an advancement of extreme levels of wickedness, man. You know what I mean? You think Star Wars and all that was bad. Well, you're going to live the truth of the matter. You know what I mean? There's not no, aliens. There's not no things like that. There's no God going to return. That's the beginning of the oppression of society, marketing this industry of suffering. If you look in the Bible, all you got to see is that, wow, that was in Greek mythology. That was in all these other ancient cultures. How many stories of the flood do we have? You know what I mean? And they just created a flood that just best appeals to you so they could make you be passive. You know what I mean? So passive to the point to where they could write and say that Jesus went ahead in the temple and made a whipping cord and chased people out, flipped over tables, and that's not vandalism, that's not a sin. They got you guys by the balls, man. You know what I mean? You guys are all enslaved and financing their oppressive situation. What's going to happen is that you guys are going to end up being a long-ass line about to get your heads cut off, or even worse. You know what I mean? And that's the only way you're going to feel any form of unity, because you're not trying to unite now, because everyone's on that greed and all that division and all that self-hate. I'm talking about the churches, every single establishment. They ain't protecting the kids, obviously. And they have more than enough money to stop anything, any form of trafficking. Billions and billions and billions, hundreds of billions. But that's not their interest. Their interest to give you an idea that we're going to create hell on earth because this place is truly heaven. Not what we're talking about in the Bible. I'm talking about heaven. Like true life, rejuvenation of the humanity. You know what I mean? I worship nobody, man. The selfish teachers around the world. You know what I mean? If your faith is in God, continue. You know what I mean? Because that way we identify who you are. You know what I'm saying? And what kind of logic and kind of critical thinking, what kind of level of following, no matter what, too passive in terms. So how's you and your faith going to protect the children? You haven't? You know what I mean? There's so much rampant, molestation happening while people don't get moved out of position, and the church just stands there like it's not their position. But I mean, you got to study the selfless teachings of all scriptures and stuff like that, because those are just writings, man. It's not because no divine being wrote all this stuff, and it's all common sense. You know what I mean? You already know as a child to not kill your mom. You know what I mean? Your mom's breastfeeding. You know already not to kill her. You're gonna have all these thoughts as you grow older, and you start, justifying that. Wow, maybe I should because I'll get this inheritance, or I'm tired of her. Menendez brother style. I mean, that's all because of justification of excuses as you've grown. But as an infant, you have all the divine knowledge, your inner voice that's so powerful, that's completely selfless and one with nature, man. Until you start picking up these bad habits and start making excuses. So the whole world is locked in on this idea that, wow, we're trying to go ahead and free these people? No, man. Think of who denied being part of the banking system, who has their own form of system. I mean, that's the main reason why they killed Gaddafi. You know what I mean? Because he had the gold standard unit that was backed by gold, and then he was gonna unite Africa. So that's why they disrupt all these economies and do things like that. You know what I mean? So if I were you, what I would do, don't listen to American news. Go and check out what's happening in Libya with the Libyan news and Libya. I mean, by the Libyan people. It's like you going to Mexico and asking about what's happening in China. Isn't that so ridiculous? The narrative is already oppressive. I mean, they allow slander. Slander is legal. You know what I'm saying? It's legal for it's legal for everyone except regular people. But the news could do it. The president could do it. Not Netanyahu could do it. Everyone could do it. And no restriction, no fine, no self-correction, no nothing. You know what I mean? But I go ahead and start telling the truth about all these things like that, like, oh, this guy's a threat, this and that. You know what I mean? Well, let me go, man. Shit, I ain't suicidal, but I don't need this place. I mean, I passed all the tests. I'm beyond this, this environment, you know what I mean? Because I never sold my soul, and that's one thing you never could do. I mean, because every culture, that's wicked, every religion, every faction, they want what? They want you to worship them, to be obedient, and to what? Why they want your soul? Why they want that? Because they know that's the truth of life. Keep that. Don't ever sell your soul, give it to anybody. You know what I mean? Because you will never get it back. Believe me, holding that back, no, not for life. Protect the children by any means necessary. Yeah.